Old YouTube is very nostalgic, but when you go back and watch any older video on YouTube, the content feels dry or non-entertaining. Like this video, for example.
Alright, what's going on, dudes, and welcome to a Minecraft map called Secret Rooms. It's about finding secret rooms.
The video continues for another 48 minutes with close to zero editing and no background music. That video is 6 years old and has 2.8 million views. But that begs the question, how could a video as boring as that get 2.8 million views? It's all because of one YouTuber, MrBeast. Jimmy Donaldson, better known as MrBeast, was born on May 7, 1998, in Wichita, Kansas. He ended up moving a lot due to his parents serving in the military. Jimmy's life was fairly mundane until the age of 11 when Jimmy found success on YouTube on his very first video.
I was 11, I was playing a game, a guy just started destroying me, absolutely crushing me. Every day he'd come through and attack my base, and I got pissed, so I made a video saying, this guy. There was no words, I didn't know how to record audio, I was stupid, but it was just like him. I just sent it to the devs and I uploaded it to YouTube, and then it somehow got 20,000 views.
First video ever gets 20,000 views.
That's crazy.
This huge success sadly didn't continue, until around 5 years later when Jimmy started gaining a lot of popularity in mid-2016. At this time he had around 30,000 subscribers, but Jimmy was in a very risky situation, where he had somewhat of a successful YouTube career, but he was also attending college. And Jimmy made a decision that would change his life forever. He dropped out of East Carolina University. MrBeast had a quick rise to fame, and it all started with a video covering the worst intros on YouTube. This video gained a lot of traction, giving MrBeast a lot of views and more importantly a lot of subscribers. This is also the time where a new series of videos were uploaded on MrBeast's channel. Some of these videos would be counting to 10,000 in one sitting, or even watching a video for 10 hours straight. But more importantly, this was around the time that MrBeast started his philanthropy with the video giving a random homeless man $10,000. His philanthropy did not stop after this video. Here are a few of the same sort of videos he was uploading at the time. In most of these videos, Jimmy gave away tens of thousands of dollars. You might have noticed an improvement in his videos, so let's compare these two videos. Now I'm gonna ask you one question. You will have 3 seconds to think of an answer. You can pause the video if you want, but what's the 3 biggest differences between these two videos? Now that those 3 seconds are up, here are the 3 biggest differences between these two videos. Firstly, let's take a look at the titles. The title on the left is very basic and super clickable, while the title on the right is very long and not clickable. The next huge difference between these two videos is the thumbnails. The thumbnail on the left is very eye-catching and super basic, which once again makes it more clickable. And the thumbnail on the right is very boring with very little negative space. The third and last difference between these two videos is fairly basic and most people should notice it, and that is the views. The video on the left has 4.5 million views compared to the video on the right with 56,000 views. The reasons for the views being a lot different is literally just the concept. The video about giving away $10,000 has a very large audience. The video about getting more views and subs only targets smaller YouTubers. MrBeast, after his quick rise to fame, decided to keep increasing the risk in his videos. He went from giving away tens of thousands of dollars to hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even millions. This all happened within a few short years. And with the more money he spent, the views just kept on increasing to new insane heights. His older videos were averaging around 20 million views, and his newer videos were averaging between 100 million and 400 million views. This insane amount of success made him the most subscribed independent YouTuber, and the 3rd most subscribed channel on YouTube, right behind T-Series and YouTube movies. But now let's get back to the core question. How did Jimmy's huge success change YouTube forever? Let me explain. As I've previously mentioned, old YouTube consisted of mainly not very edited, longer, and less risky content. This worked very well for the past 10 years, but with newer creators such as MrBeast increasing the risk and also making shorter, higher quality videos, this made the rest of YouTube improve their very own videos to compete. A lot of other YouTubers besides MrBeast forced other YouTubers to increase the quality of their content on YouTube. And I know it's ignorant just to falsely state that MrBeast was the only cause of this change on YouTube, but there is still one big difference between MrBeast and other YouTubers that made MrBeast the biggest channel on YouTube. And the somewhat obvious reason is MrBeast is just smarter than most other creators. You might be thinking that MrBeast only has success on YouTube because of his insane amount of money and other resources that he can use to make very good videos, but just ask yourself one question. If you were given $50 million million, do you think you could start a YouTube channel and within a year even be 100th as successful as MrBeast? This is what fellow YouTuber Ludwig had to say whether Jimmy's money was more important than his brain.
Here's a question. If your goal is to be the biggest YouTuber in the world, what do you think is more valuable? MrBeast's money? MrBeast's brain? This is like the classic, would you rather have a dinner with Jay-Z or $10 million or whatever? Keep in mind, this is not for like living a successful life. This is for being a large YouTuber. I'm not asking like, hey, is it better to have MrBeast's money if you want to live a fun life and retire? I'm asking if you want to be the biggest YouTuber possible, what is more valuable to you? MrBeast's brain or MrBeast's money? I don't think money is, I think money's dumb. I think brain is way more valuable because there's a bunch of rich ass YouTubers, like just millionaire people, not even like YouTubers, but millionaires who try YouTube, not good YouTubers. All right, anyway, let's switch gears. Watch MrBeast video.
I just bought this train and it is currently barreling full speed towards that giant pit over there.
What the f, dude? You know what? I take it all back. Money's more important. We were debating what's more important, MrBeast's brain or MrBeast's money. You put a train down a hole? Sign me up. That costs bills, baby. You're being a dick. It takes a real genius to make this. But I think you underestimate the brain behind it. Like the broad idea is like just the start. But like I don't know. I think people are just general haters, which I think is fine. You can be a hater if you want. I don't give a shit. But I think it's a bit dumb. Even if you gave these exact ideas and all the money to do them to a YouTuber, the way that they would film, produce, and introduce these ideas would be shit, and it wouldn't get many views. It'd be like an hour-long video. It'd be shot horribly. It'd be edited horribly. Money argument looking good. I mean, this video is worse performing than even I didn't eat food for 30 days, which I don't think costs more than like however much it costs him to not eat. Look, I'm happy for you guys to think you're right, and I'm happy to disagree, and we can move on.
In the clip, the majority of Ludwig's chat agrees with him, arguing that MrBeast's money matters less than his knowledge surrounding YouTube. And later, Ludwig states that if someone had the same resources as MrBeast, the video would not be produced as well. A good example of this is MrBeast's brother CJ, where he only had 5 million subscribers, he got an average of 2.5 million views with the resources and the help of MrBeast. Unfortunately though, because of the lack of success, CJ quit YouTube, and he has not returned in over 2 years. The main reasons behind CJ quitting was that he felt forced into making content in the realm of his brother MrBeast. And in doing so, CJ got tired of YouTube after only 29 videos. He got a total of 70 million views, but he quit for good. A lot of YouTubers feel the same way as CJ did, being forced into a specific type of content either because of the views or because of their income came from that content. And I am at least glad that CJ quit YouTube before he could get too far in to stop. Even though most of what Ludwig said was right, MrBeast would still not be here if he did not reinvest his money from the past videos.
Hey, I make all this money, and then you're like, but I spend it all.
Yeah.
But you still get to say that you make it.
Yeah. I don't spend the money to for that reason, but I guess that is true. Yeah. And it does make it easier when people are like, do you make a couple million a month? I can be like, yeah, because I just spend it all. So it does make it
Exactly,
easier.
because
Whereas
you're not
if I did it, if I was like, oh yeah, I just make a couple million, and that was the end, then I'd just seem like a douchebag.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I do agree, but I never really thought about it that way.
I did.
And this makes MrBeast a perfect example of how dedication and risk can bring tremendous success. And at the end of the day, YouTube would not be where it is today without MrBeast.